Critically Chaotic is a rowdy Dungeons & Dragons podcast that consists of adult themes and humor. Content warnings for this episode can be found in the episode description as well as a link to transcripts. Because of some real-life circumstances, Selah will be missing for a few sessions, and thus Leif will be off on a solo adventure for several episodes. Due to real-life obligations, Queen could not make it to the session, and so Mogan will be absent from this episode. Rest, weary traveler, and enjoy.
In the last episode, the Vox Anima launched their rescue mission to Vine Vey. After a hard first round fighting cultists, the Vox decided to take a small break before delving deeper into the hideout. While everyone gathered their strengths and spell slots, Jerome gave Harbor a quick visit to pay his gratitudes. Now back at their best, or as good as they can be, the Vox heads into the darkness that awaits them.
So you all take your rest at the shop. Nobody really bothers you. There was like a brief exchange between Valen and the shopkeeper, but then you guys are just kind of left alone in the corner booth, and you just rest, you eat a little bit, and it's all fine and dandy. And then when you all are feeling a lot better afterwards, you all pack up again and head back to the same location. It is still empty, aside from the dead bodies. No, it doesn't seem like anybody new had come through. Nothing new is there. And now you all can proceed through the trapdoor if you would so please.
I would so please. Wait. You open the trapdoor first and look down before you jump in head first.
You all open up the trapdoor, and then there is a ladder leading down. And below it is still dark, but it's not pitch black like this room was. You can still see a little bit down below, like there's dim light. And you see a somewhat small room below, and it looks like it's empty.
Alright. I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group. Alright, do we want to do this? Do we want to do subtle style take two? Kicking and scream and bust in there. In case there's anybody down there. It doesn't look like there is, but you know. Never hurts to be cautious.
We might want to do some sort of scouting party with two at first, and then everybody else comes down. Maybe? Or we can just head in.
Scouting party of two then. I would like to volunteer myself for one member of the scouting party, because, you know, stealth, and blending in. Anybody else want to be member number two?
I can come.
Alright, real quick, do you want to wear, like, disguise just in case? Because you're looking a little very noticeable and recognizable.
I'm not sure there's much point at this point, but I'm happy to put one on if you think it's best.
It wouldn't hurt, is my take on it. So, I'm just gonna pass him basic, very, 1 minute disguise from the disguise kit stuff. Can I retroactively have changed back into Jack?
Yeah, I figured that you would have just switched back on the way there.
Alright, I'll lead the way, I guess. And so Jerome is going to go down the ladder.
And Kareus gonna follow after him.
You find yourself in a room. It's a small room, and there's not too much in this front room. There are two doors, one to the east and one to the south. And on both of the doors, there is a wooden mask hanging on said door.
Can I see if there's anybody down here that's like obviously lying in wait, or hear if there's anything beyond the doors?
Yeah, can I make a perception check as well? Or investigation?
Yeah, do investigation.
That's 17 for me.
And it's 11 for me.
Okay. Jerome, you don't see anybody in this room. You don't hear too much beyond it. Besides you hear like a small shuffle through the south door. And Kareus, you are able to hear the sound of someone kind of mumbling to themselves in the south, through the south door. And then to the west door, you hear the sound of like footsteps and shuffling, but it's hard to tell like how many people are in there.
Alright, I think he's gonna lean over to Jerome and convey that there's people behind both doors, and then say, I can, perhaps sort of act as our L and scout ahead in wild shape, try and see what we're up against for both rooms.
Sure, if you want to scout ahead, I'll let the others know what's up down here. Is there room under the doors for him to scout ahead?
There's room under the south door, but not to the east door.
Not even as an itty-bitty spider?
Sure, an itty-bitty spider can probably get there.
Nice.
I don't imagine you'll move very fast as an itty-bitty spider if you do, though.
But I want to know what the fuck we're up against.
Fair enough. So I'll alert the rest of the party to scooch down, whilst Kareus investigates.
I'll approach the south door first, entered into a spider, and crawl underneath the door, because that's the one you said there was room in, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'll go in and look around. Do you want me to make a stealth check?
Yes. How obvious are you as an itty-bitty spider?
Do I get advantage for being an itty-bitty spider?
Yeah.
That's a 21.
So you crawl under there, and you are able to see inside this room, which is a bit more of a jagged room. And when you walk in, you get you feel this kind of almost oppressive, just like atmosphere in here. And you can see a lot of drawn illustrations on the wall and several masks that are decorating as well. And there is one cultist that looks to be dressed like a regular cultist from before, and then one arch cultist that are speaking together.
Okay. But no sign of A?
Correct.
There's a door at the far end, right?
Yeah, there's also another door to the very south.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and slip by the two cultists and go to that door to see what's beyond it.
Okay. This door is actually even more secure than the eastern door. There's not a single crack in it that you can find even as an itty-bitty spider. You do see a big lock on the door that can imply that you need a key from somewhere in order to get through.
Can I make a perception or investigation check to see if I can tell what's beyond the door at all, or have any hint to it?
Yes. Roll investigation.
That's another 17.
So there's another mask on the door, and this one looks a bit different. The other ones were very simple wooden masks, whereas this one appears to be carved to look like a cloth mask. So it's a bit more ornamental than the other ones.
Okay, and I don't get any hint of what's beyond it at all, beyond that?
No. It seems like the only hint would be the mask that is on there.
Okay. I'll go ahead and go back to the eastern door and check out what's in there then.
Okay. You're in a hallway.
Alright. I would like to traverse the hallway to the other door.
Alright. So you slip under this door, and you find yourself in a far bigger room. And so in this one, there are a couple benches that are... the room is shaped like a sideways T. So when you enter the room, you're at like the top part of the capital T, and then it extends more east. And on the north and south sides of the long part of the room, there are benches. And similar to the other room that you have been in, there are a lot of illustrations that are on the wall. These ones are more, they're more detailed, and you can make out a lot more specific figures. The most prominent one that you see in a lot of the different illustrations is someone that is constantly wearing a mask that looks very similar to the ones that are decorating along the walls. And then at the far end of the room, where it extends out eastward, you see two cultists that are standing side by side that are looking at something that is on an altar of some kind. But because you are an itty-bitty spider on the floor, you cannot see what is on the table.
Alright, I would like to crawl along the ceiling to look, to be above the altar and see what's on it.
Okay. So you crawl up onto the ceiling, and you get a good look, and you see a familiar little creature. You see Elle that is on the table.
Okay. I would like to go back to Jerome very quickly.
Alright?
Because there's no other exits from that room, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going back to Jerome. Could I tell if Elle was hurt at all already?
Elle didn't look great.
Oh god. Okay, I'm going back to Jerome. I'm turning back to Kareus. I'm gonna gesture to the eastern room and be like, Elle's in there and he does not look good. I think we should go in there first. There's 2 cultists.
There's 3.
3 cultists. I said 3.
Shit, fuck, alright. During the time that Kareus was down there, I'd let the others know that it was okay to come down, so. I want to do the standard, is this door trapped, and then is this door locked on the east door?
Alright, roll investigation.
14?
You do not see any traps on the door.
Alright, test it, see if it's locked.
It is not locked.
Alright, just gonna go through the door then.
Alright.
Alright. I'm gonna peek around the corner. Is there anything of note?
Nope, it's just a hallway.
Alright. Before going down the hallway, turn back to the others. Kareus, you said there was 3 folks in there, right? Alright. Let's go in and surprise them and kick ass. Alright. I would like to make my way over here. Check for traps. On the door. Probably not, but, like, never hurts. 18.
You do not find any traps on the door?
Alright. I want to quietly test the handle, see if it's locked.
It is locked.
Alright. I would like to stealthily pick the lock.
Alright.
Yes, alright. I got 22 for stealth.
Alright, you are so quiet.
19 for thieves' tools.
You get it unlocked.
I would like to turn back to the rest of the party and make a countdown motion to the ones in sight of like a 3, 2, 1 before busting the door open, and I would like to make a surprise attack on number 3.
Alright.
So do I have to roll for stealth?
I mean, you're like busting in the door and going in real quick, right?
Yes, but in like a, not like busting in, but like a burst through the door attack of surprise.
Yeah, but like that's not really being stealthy. That's just moving quickly. So I don't think you have to roll stealth. Like you'll get the surprise round. The others won't because you all have to stream through the door.
I can live with that. I want to make a just regular old rapier attack on cultist number 3.
All right.
So that is a dirty 20.
All right, that hits.
That is 7 damage.
So you burst in, you rush, and you stab at this guy with your rapier, getting off 7 damage before anybody can react. And so now, roll initiative, everyone. 3 of us got 22.
Jesus.
Very
It
easy.
can be like that sometimes.
What the hell?
Everyone is ready. Okay. So, first up is going to be Kareus.
Okay. I was not prepared for this. Okay. Well, I'm gonna move there and use Thorn Whip on number 1. Does a 21 hit?
Oh, you know, it just does.
That does 2 damage, piercing damage, and drags him 10 feet closer to me.
Next up is Jerome.
Is there any way I can delay my turn to be after Mogan's?
Yeah? I'll move you in the order. Then instead, next up is Mitra, who's at the very back.
Oh no!
It's okay, she can move kind of faster. She can move, but does she really want to? Because then that makes it hard for the other. She'll also delay her turn. I don't know when she's gonna go, but she's gonna delay because she can't get through. So next up is the cultist group. So number 3, who is very surprised by this guy just bursting in and slashing at him, is going to try and hit back. So he tries to slice at Jerome, but Jerome is ready and dodges it at the last moment, so it just barely grazes against his shirt. And then number 1 is also going to attack. Going to try to attack Carrie, who Thorn whipped him. So that's going to hit you, Kareus, for 5 damage. Okay, and then number 2, gonna go up and try to attack Jerome as well. And misses.
Smiley face.
That is
What's
the end
the
of that.
smiley face?
Well, you're about to find out. So Jerome and Kareus, while you two are fighting against these cultists and the others are attempting to get through this hallway, a couple beings materialize from the shadows. And they appear to be literally shadows. They appear to be just like misty, sentient shadow people that just form within the darkness.
Oh.
So that's
What
fun.
Fuck.
That's gonna go to Kareus. Going to roll to attack.
Great.
That hits.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, this is gonna be fun.
Oh god.
So first, you're gonna take.
Kian, how beefy is Kareus?
He's medium amounts of beefy. He's at 24 right now.
You're gonna take 13 necrotic damage.
Holy shit. Okay, hold on. I don't know what 24 minus 13 is. Let me fucking
11.
11? Great, fun, love that.
Fear.
So yeah, you're gonna take 13 necrotic damage, and then here's the fun part.
Oh boy.
So, when you get hit, you feel yourself weaken. You feel like a frailty run through your body as this like shadowy hand just like slashes across you. So your strength score is going to reduce by 4.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. So your strength is now at 6.
Which puts me at -2. Fun.
Yeah, and let me just double check. Okay, so for certain, if any of your ability scores, including strength, reach 0, you die.
Okay.
But let me just double check if there's any other, things. Anyway, so that was the first guy. The second guy still needs to go. Okay, this guy can get here. And then also, as a bonus action, Shadow number 1 is going to use the hide action to basically materialize into the dim light that is in this room. So I'm gonna write down what the hide score is. And then the second guy is going to do the same at the end of the movement. Okay! So that's the Shadow's turn. Next is Valen's turn. All he can do, well, I guess he can use his action to dash to get in further. Yeah, so he's gonna do that to get here to help flank, but by going through, he is going to create an attack of opportunity from the Shadow. Yeah, so unfortunately that hits. Lovely, lovely. So Valen is going to take 10 damage. And his strength, the very core of himself, is going to be reduced by 2. Valen runs in, he doesn't notice the shadow in the darkness, but he knows that he can't, get somewhere to attack fast enough, so he just goes extra fast to try to assist Jerome in flanking across from cultist number 3, and unfortunately he runs past the shadow, whose hand just grazes across his chest as he runs, and so he took 10 points of damage and 2 point reduction in strength. Next up is Mogan.
God. I don't want to go.
Can I go before Mogan if you would prefer?
Sure, since you're still technically just holding your turn.
Alright, seeing Valen's sacrifice play, I'm gonna take advantage of the flanking, and attack cultist number 3 with advantage. That's 4 and 19!
That hits.
Yay! And I'm gonna do a good old-fashioned sneak attack. So, that hits for 12.
Alrighty. Next up is gonna be Mogan.
Oh god. Okay. Well, he's just gonna go blaze a glowing running in because he's stupid and I love him. So he's just gonna go in. Okay, so I'm attacking number 1. I got a 17.
That hits.
12 points of damage.
Next up is Snow.
Cool, I'm gonna try and see the shadow.
Alright, roll perception.
So I take it doesn't beat my passive perception, eh? Or I don't beat it with my passive.
Oh yeah, your passive is pretty fucking high. Yeah, you see it.
Haha! Fuck you, Shadow! Sorry.
I forgot that you and Kareus have fucking ridiculous perception.
Yeah, that's what Alex kind of made that small comment, and I was like, I wonder.
Haha, fuck your shadow creatures.
Yeah. Bitches, we can see you. Alright, cool. I am going to... I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame, which is a cantrip, on the shadow that's near me. So it needs to succeed on a dex saving throw.
Okay, what's your DC?
13.
It fails.
Haha. Fuck you. Alright, then it is going to take... Not the best, but that's fine. It takes 4 radiant damage.
It reacts extremely poorly to that. It screams in pain, and you've cast the spell before, but it seems to just like flare up with like extra bright flames, like it did even more damage than it usually does. Next is going to be Mitra, who is finally going to go now that the hallway is clear. So she is going to punch that cultist, and that is going to hit. So she punched for 6 damage. And then she's going to punch him again for her bonus action. And that hits. And kill him. So Mogan, you see this halfling that has joined you on your adventure run up behind you and just like squeeze in through you to punch this guy like twice in the dick. And then he keels over dead. Next up is Kareus.
Oh boy, okay. So I can see the shadow creature because of my passive perception, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Produce Flame, which and yeet it at the shadow creature.
Alrighty.
22 hit.
That hits.
Okay. And it is 5 points of damage.
What type of damage is that?
Fire.
Alright, so you blast this purple flame at it, and it almost seems to kind of absorb the fire. It makes sounds of pain, but unlike Snow's, which seemed to flare up extra bright, yours is just immediately dimmed and consumed.
Damn it.
Next are the cultists. So, let's see. There's a few of them. Number 1 is going to attack Jerome.
Isn't number 1 the dead one?
Oh yeah, he died! This is why I need to remember to mark that he died. Never mind. Number 1 doesn't do anything.
Number 1's dead.
Number 1's dead. Number 2, on the other hand, is going to attack Mogan. You're the only one in range. And misses. And then number 3 is going to attack at Valen. And does not miss.
Oh no.
Valen's gonna take a nice 8 damage.
How is my boy doing on hit points?
It's looking a bit rough. He's gotten a couple of good slashes despite his shield. Yes, and then that's it for them. And now the shadows come out. And so let's see, the first shadow is going to attack Kareus.
Oh, great.
Because Kareus attacked it.
Huh?
I don't think that hits though. Nope.
Oh,
it
thank
misses. God. So you see the shadowy hand reaching towards you, and you go no, and you quickly like jump back out of the way.
Audible nope. Nope.
The other one is going to try to reach for Snow, and also misses. It like reaches towards you, and then I think you like threaten it a little bit with another sacred flame, which makes it kind of flinch back and not touch you.
I'm just like holding the sacred flame in my hands.
You're like, I'm ready.
Waiting.
And then both of them are going to attempt to hide.
Kareus and I are like, try with our all-seeing eyes.
You love to fucking see it.
Ooh, Snow, yours got a nat 20. So the shadow in front of you just disappears. You cannot see it unless you roll for it. But even then, it's a nat 20, so you have to get a nat 20 to see it. But Kareus, you can still see yours.
That's great. Love seeing this nightmare fuel.
Next up is Valen. So Valen is going to attack cultist number 3 and has advantage due to the flanking. Alright, he hits. So he got slashed with a scimitar, and he's going to slash back for 5 damage. And that cultist number 3 looks like he's on his last legs. He's looking very bloodied. Next up is Jerome.
I would like to scooch my way on over to here, using my cunning action to disengage from the shadow monster, and try to get at the cultist number 3 before he fucks up Valen even more.
Alright.
So, I do a good old-fashioned attack. Does 16 hit?
Yes.
Yay! Alright. Good old-fashioned sneak attack. 12 points of damage. Again.
You got him like a pig. So that is another cultist down.
I don't think I can do anything about Valen and the shadow creature person. And so I'm just gonna hang out right here and just be chill.
Next up is Mogan.
He's just gonna try to stab number 2.
Alright.
That is gonna be a 10.
Unfortunately, that does not hit. Next is Snow.
I guess I'm gonna try to see if I can see the one in front of me. I might as well give it a shot, right? Let's see. Why the fuck not? Who knows? Dice, please, for the love of God. Please. Don't fail me today. It failed me today. Okay, cool.
Oh.
So I can't see it still. Okay. If I cast a spell at the other one, are Kareus and Mitra in the way for that?
No.
Dope. Okay, so the one that's by Kareus, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on. That is 16.
That hits.
Fuck you, you stupid little shit. We're going down. Apparently I have a lot of rage today. I don't know what's going on.
Your
Wonderful.
sister was kidnapped. That's what's going on.
I have a lot of rage going on. Alright, so that is... Holy mother of God. That is 21 radiant damage.
Nice!
Dead. Gone.
Fuck him.
You shoot that guiding bolt at the shadow, and there's just a burst of light, and then when the light dims, it's gone. See, they're not so bad, especially when you have a cleric.
I'm useful.
Alright, next up is Mitra, who is going to attempt to see the enemy, and cannot. So she is going to just move up here to try to punch the other cultist, just like dodging between Mogan's legs, punching cultist. That hits. That's gonna be 8 damage. She's going to Flurry of Blows, which is going to allow her to hit 2 more times. That hits for 6 damage. And she gets to punch 1 more time for 8 damage. Monks are fucking broken. And he's still alive, but her flurry of blows knock him prone to the ground. Now, back at the top of the order is Kareus.
Okay, seeing Snow take down the shadow creature near me, I think what Kareus is gonna do is he's gonna turn into a panther. And he's going to go to number 2 and bite the shit out of his prone ass.
Alright, go for it. Tear his face off.
Dirty 20. That's 7 points of damage.
You bite his face off, and he dies.
Nice.
Now all that's left is the shadow that is currently very hidden. Let's see. cultist group can't go, they're all dead. Okay, the shadow is going to appear. Whoosh. And is going to, once again, try to reach for Snow. That's a nat 1! I don't really see... So here's the thing about shadows. They're immune to a lot of conditions, including being prone, so I can't just knock this guy prone. So I think instead, Snow, you get an attack of opportunity on this guy. He appears to attempt to reach for you, and I think that you're just, ready, so you can just, blast him with a cantrip.
Oh, I can only use a cantrip?
Yeah, because it's like a reaction attack, it's not a full turn.
Fine. Then I'm gonna do Sacred Flame again, so Dexterity saving throw of 13.
Fails.
Fuck you, you piece of shit. Alright, let's see. Oh, that's 7 radiant damage.
And just like that, you fire off an attack as a reaction, and there's a bright burst of flame, and when the flame dies out, so does it.
Beautiful.
Thank God.
I think after that, as soon as that one's gone, Snow's gonna turn to the group and very just kind of concerned be like, I think maybe lighting up the room is the way to go down here.
No, yeah, given all that, your instincts in the top room were wrong. No, they were not wrong. I'm bad at speaking. They were not wrong, just early.
She's gonna just nod and yep, I get it.
Roll call, how people feeling?
Kareus is gonna turn back into Kareus and say, I've been better, but I'll be fine. And then I think he would like to go over to check on Elle.
So Elle is looking worse for wear, still alive, still relatively okay, but looks very tired, looks kind of hurt, and when he focuses on you all and recognizes your faces, especially Snow, he kind of starts freaking out and chittering and kind of tries to stand up, but so he's in his moth form, and they've done the terrible thing where like with bug taxidermy, how they've pinned the wings. The wings are pinned to the altar.
Immediately, Snow's gonna take the pins out, and rather than let him flap his wings, which I'm sure are injured right now, she just kind of picks him up in her hands.
He immediately cuddles up into your hands and is chittering very anxiously.
I know, Elle. I know, it's okay. We're gonna get her. Is there I don't want Elle to get hurt anymore. Is there somewhere I could put him where he'd be okay and safe? In my bag or something? I don't know. I just don't want him hurt.
Yeah, your bag should be okay.
Okay, I'm gonna find him a nice squishy, soft place in my bag and just rest. It's okay. You did your best. We'll get her.
All right. Can I case the room to see if there's anything of note?
Yeah. Roll investigation.
All right. This is also is there anything to Jack? 14.
You find 5 silver and 10 copper between the dead guys, and you also are able to find a key on one of the cultists.
All right, I'm gonna take that. Do the shadow things have any remains?
No.
Neat. Is there anything noteworthy in the room beyond the altar?
No. It looks like a creepy sacrificial room, but you don't see anything of particular note beyond the everything.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna turn to Valen, who got kind of nay-nayed earlier. Valen, you gonna be good to continue with us? It looks like you took some hits earlier.
Oh, yes, I'll be okay. I'm feeling a little dizzy, but I can keep going.
Alright, if you say so. I ain't gonna disagree with you, but, keep an eye on yourself, aight?
I will. Yes, thank you.
Aight. Let's, go see if there's anything in the southern doors. Kareus mentioned the south room didn't have anybody in it, so, that'll be a good avenue for investigation. I'm also thinking we should maybe grab the masks off the doors just in case we need them for any sort of future business.
Before we leave the room, Snow's gonna cast light on her necklace again.
Alrighty. It casts some nice bright light in the room.
Yep. Bright, slightly blue.
Real fast, I think I would like to cast Cure Wounds on Valen as we leave.
Alrighty. How much do you cure him for?
10.
Ooh, very nice. Oh, thank you, Kareus. I feel a lot better now.
Good. And he just nods and then follows the others out.
Snow's also gonna give a quick look over at Mitra to see if she needs anything.
Mitra looks great.
Perfect.
She didn't even get a scratch on her.
Awesome. She just gives her a nod then and goes out of the room.
Were there any masks on either side of this door?
There's a bunch kind of lining the walls of a bunch of different types.
I'd like to grab one of each type if I can hold it.
Sure.
About how many different types are there, would you reckon?
4 types.
Can you describe them vaguely?
There's a wooded one that looks very plain. There's one that is black that looks featureless. There's one that is actually cloth, not just carved in the fashion of cloth. And there is one that is only a half mask that goes like down the front of the face, a la Phantom of the Opera.
Alright, I'm gonna just take one of each, and then, scoot back over here and grab the wooden masks from each of these doors as well.
Alrighty. You now have 6 masks.
Are the masks from those doors, like the one that was hanging on the wall in the Thistle's hideout?
Yes, the plain wooden ones.
Standard procedure. Does the door down here look like it have any traps?
It does not.
Alright. Is it locked?
It is not.
Alright. There wasn't anyone in this room earlier, right, Kareus?
Not that I could see, but still be careful.
Since shadow creatures exist, would you like to breach the room, Snow? Since you got the whole magic light thing going for you?
She nods and kind of moves past Jerome and through the door.
You walk on in, and you find what looks to be a kind of worship room. You feel like a heaviness in the air as you enter, and you can see a lot of illustrations along the walls, similar to the sacrificial room, but not as detailed. And there is a more ornate mask that is hanging on the wall, or on the door to the south. But otherwise, there doesn't seem to be anything in this room.
Love me some weird cult shit.
Can I do a quick religion check on the room?
Certainly.
It's my 17.
What exactly are you trying to figure out with the religion check?
If I recognize the heaviness of, like, the room to be similar to anything I have felt before in relation to Mask, and B, just if I can get anything beyond the fact that it's, like, a worship room.
Yes. So the heaviness doesn't really remind you of Mask necessarily. but it does remind you of it feels like consecrated ground. So it's that kind of like physical heaviness of
Desecrated.
Desecrated.
Desecrated. It's desecrated ground that gives like a kind of evil heaviness to the air. And then what was the second part of the question?
Just if I can like figure anything out beyond the fact that it's like a room of worship.
No, that's really just all that it seems to be. It seems that this is where like prayers happen or people kind of gather for special religious ceremonies. You can see like a lot of it's for mask, but there's a lot of similar kind of religious items that are on tables and hanging up on the walls, but nothing out of place from a general worship area.
Can I look and see if there's anything to Jack? Or if there's anything that might be of particular interest to Harbor?
Sure.
That's, nat 20?
Everything looks like it's general stuff you can kind of get or make, but the thing that kind of like has the most interest is that more ornate mask on the wall that looks fancier than all the other ones that you have seen before.
Alright, can I tell if this mask is, like, in any way cursed or bad to the touch?
Was it an investigation check that you did?
Yeah.
Do you touch it? Or do you just look at it?
I'm gonna just look at it for now.
It has a weird vibe to it. It feels
Don't like that.
Can I do a check on it?
Sure. You can do a religion check.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a religion check. That just seems like it makes the most sense. That's an 18.
So, Snow, from what you can tell based on your religion check, is that when it comes to desecrating ground, it's usually like an item that is used to create the desecration, and then that creates like this circle of just like bad mojo. And this is the item. This mask, this is the desecration. This is where it's coming from.
Silly question. Maybe. Can I attack it?
Sure.
I want to break it. But not with my hands because I don't trust touching it. I'm gonna use my big battle axe because that's not excessive at all.
All right.
Can I maybe use the axe to like knock it to the ground first so I'm not just smacking the door?
Sure.
Cool. I'm gonna knock it to the ground first.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna attack it.
Alright. You don't have to roll an attack, you can just roll damage.
Okay, dope. I was gonna say if I rolled an attack, that was gonna be really good, but that's okay. I'll just roll damage.
Because there's nothing for it to, like...
I don't know. Some items have a DC. 7 damage.
Alright. You bring your axe down onto it, and you crack it kind of across the front. It seems to be made of, like, some kind of metal, so you don't, like, go through it like wood. But you do crack it with your axe.
Cool. Can I hit it again?
You can hit it as many times as you'd like.
Cool. I'm gonna hit it until I can get it to break, if possible.
Alrighty.
So 6 damage.
Okay. You break through a little more.
4.
A little bit more. It's almost broken into pieces.
5.
It shatters.
Dope.
It splinters off into twisted metal.
Fantastic. Did anything change in
You still feel the desecration. That didn't go away. Yeah.
Alright. Snow's gonna kind of look up and realize literally everyone is standing behind her as she just beat the shit out of this inanimate object and realize she looks fucking insane right now.
Jerome was actually cheering Snow on the entire time she was beating the shit out of this mask.
He was like, yes, no.
She's gonna look at everyone and just be like, I'm not gonna say that was rational, but I did have a reason. It didn't seem to do what I expected, but There was an intention behind that.
The vibes were fucking off. I don't blame you a fucking bit. You fucked that thing up and you fucked it up good. You made the right fucking choice.
She kind of just, like, nods a little hesitantly, slightly concerned, and is like, alright, who had the key? We should go through.
Oh, that's me. I got the key. Real quick, does the mask continue to have bad vibes despite being destroyed?
I mean, you just in general get bad vibes off of this thing, but it's less bad vibes now that it's in pieces.
Fuck that mask.
Can I set it? I know it's a metal mask, but can I put it on fire?
You can try.
I wanna nudge the pieces into a corner over here and try and set it on fire.
Okay, go for it.
Alright. Listen, it's got bad vibes. It's bad. Just I have a cantrip for firebolt. It takes a
You
I don't
have a
I don't
cantrip for fireball?
Yeah.
Is that a cantrip?
It is.
The fuck?
Firebolt. I think it should be firebolt, not fireball.
Okay. I was
said
like,
fireball.
fireball's like a first or second spell. What are you talking
Did
about? Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
confused.
bad at enunciation.
That's
Okay,
fine.
firebolt.
It's the
Got it.
Jerome.
Go for it. Try to set it on fire.
Alright. It does six flammable damage, fire damage.
Alright, you send a bolt of fire at it and it poofs into some flames. It's now very hot metal.
I feel better.
Alright.
Good, Jerome.
Snow just kind of gives him a nod and like, alright, let's get Vay.
Alright, unlock the door then. Or wait, no, I want to hear if there's anything beyond the door first.
Roll perception.
I'll give you guidance.
Alright. Yay! I haven't had guidance in so long.
Snow hasn't really given anyone guidance in a while, man.
She's been busy.
She's had some shit going on.
17.
You don't hear anything beyond the door.
Alright, I'm gonna unlock it.
You open up the door, and look, it's a
Oh
hallway.
my fucking god.
Hate that.
Alright.
Xaan, you just want to torture us with these tiny-ass hallways.
It's not my fault that they built their architecture this way.
It is your fault.
It is your fault!
It's not my
literally.
fault.
It is
Are you
exclusively
going
your
through
fault.
the door or
Go
not?
through the damn door.
I'm going through the door. Is there any traps?
You already
checking for
checked
traps
this
first.
door.
I'm in the doorway. Any traps in this tiny hallway?
You die immediately.
God damn it!
No, there's no traps.
All right. Any traps on the door?
Oh my god.
No, there's no traps on the door.
I'm paranoid. Is the door locked?
No.
Okay. Can I hear anything beyond the door?
Roll a perception.
Have guidance.
I got a nat one.
No, there's nothing beyond that door. It's a void.
Can I
Great.
just have, like, Mogan just charge past them all and just go in?
Yeah, go for it.
Can.
Love of God. He's just so irritated that we're going so slow.
Go for it.
I accept
You
that for
you burst on through into the room.
Oh god, this is not gonna go well.
I hate
No,
that.
it's not, but Mogan's pissed.
I don't blame him. I fully accept it, honestly.
I don't
Valid.
like
Oh,
those
no.
images.
Oh,
One
I hate
fucking
that.
bit.
Please, Morgan.
So, Mogan, you charge on in, you burst through this door, and these very large shadow creatures, which are called shadow lurkers, and I must shout out Libri on Reddit for this homebrew creature.
Oh god.
They turn to you, and everyone, let's roll initiative.
Okay,
Go.
can we have like 4 seconds so I can pee before this all bullshit starts?
Yeah, let's take a brief break.
Dope, I'm gonna go pee.
Critically Chaotic is a Dungeons & Dragons podcast brought to you by the following people. The DM is Xaan, who can be found as @Xandir on all platforms. They is played by Alex, who simply cannot be found. Snow is played by Bean, aka Alexa, who can be found in a variety of ways, but mainly @Alexandra_Jaden on Twitter. Kareus is played by Kian, who can be found as @LostFanboy on most platforms. Jerome is played by Lady, who writes, quote, "And that's all you get, you dirty gremlins." Mogan is played by Queen, who chooses not to be located at this time or ever. Leif is played by Selah, also known as Strawberry online, who can be found as @_strawberrymilk on Twitter. The theme song is Melody by Emery. If you would like to support Critically Chaotic, please consider leaving a 5-star review and following us on whatever podcast listening platform you are currently using. You can find us @CritChaoticPod on Twitter with no underscores, where we post updates and retweet fan content. For any other platform you would like to see us on, please look in the description. We will see you next week for the continuing adventures of Vox Anima. Have a great week, everyone. By the way, Kian, I don't remember if I've ever brought this up, but it's very funny to me that when you play Kareus, your volume drops like a lot, and so you'll be like softly speaking as Kareus, and then you'll quickly talk about something out of character, and then you'll be back to speaking very softly.
He's very soft spoken. I am a loud bitch.